Harry Borden grew up in Devon and is one of the most celebrated portrait photographers working today. His intimate images of the famous can be found in magazines and billboards around the world. No stranger to professional digital cameras, I've decided to challenge him with one he's never used, the compact Ricoh GRD.
I've heard a lot about this camera. In fact, I was going to buy one.
To a former stamping ground. He's brought his children Polly, Fred and Oscar to Bampton, where he grew up. For Harry, it's a town full of memories.
They made a note of all the kids who sung in the choir that Sunday, and then the practice day. And at the end of a month, we'd get money. We'd be paid. Come on, this way.
Do you win the money?
Yeah, we'd get about 70p.
For his public location, Harry is visiting Seringer's garage and shop in Bampton.
Here we are. Yay! Come on, this is where I used to buy my sweets. How old is the building?
It goes back to the 1600s, I think. My grandfather came here in 1880.
Maybe we should do a replication of this photograph with you in the doorway.
You do whatever.
That would be nice, I think.
Yeah.
We could just use available light. This is probably how this has been lit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
That's right.
Come on, you kids come over this side of the road because I haven't decided whether you guys are in the picture. We're going to try and replicate the photograph taken of Rex's grandfather. Polly, can you keep them quiet, please? A pretty straightforward shot. So we just pause and get them in the car? Yeah, because they're making a lot of noise. Just put your hands by your side, that's nice. Or maybe just put your right hand leaning against the side, that's great. And get in a bit closer to the doorway on the right. And stand, perfect there, lovely job. Okay, let's do it. Okay, keep nice and still, here we go. Out of memory. Nearly there, we're just having technical problems. How is it doing that? Oh, this is the end of that Rex and Stanley. Here we go. Nice and still, try not to blink.
For his domestic location, Harry is staying in Bampton, where his mother Lavender lives in a traditional 18th century Devonian farmhouse.
When you're involved in a portrait shoot, it's about recording the relationship you have with the person on the day. So you need to be able to concentrate on establishing a rapport and intimacy and not be worrying about the sort of technical elements of the photograph. Let's just see if it works.
I remember when you took the one years ago, you told me not to smile on any account.
Well, you can smile now. Just check that it's working. So if I put it totally on manual, let's just try that. That's it, that's great. Okay, just hold that position, Mum. And looking to the lens. Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, you take the picture immediately, which is great, when you release the shutter. But 10 seconds almost, not great.
It's taking Harry so long to record these images because he's shooting them in an uncompressed format, which can quadruple the time it takes to store each picture.
See, there you go. I don't need Tom Ang. The exposure's a little bit light on Lavender.
That's enough, isn't it?
Have you had enough? Bridge is not until 6:30 though, is it?
But I've got to get over there.
One of the most important industries in the west of England is farming, and having grown up on a pig farm, Harry has gone to visit one at Sanford Arundel in Somerset.
These Nissen huts are pretty typical of the sort of shapes you have in pig farming. We had a big Nissen hut on our farm, but this is obviously a scaled down version. But quite often you see them these days sort of driving down motorways, sort of herds of pigs on the hills with their huts. It's good to see because the pigs are out and they feel happier sort of in this kind of environment, and not sort of all penned up. I'm just going to put trying to use this flash to put a bit of fill in flash, otherwise she's going to appear very dark in comparison with the landscape. The nice thing about digital is you can just sort of put the camera in really close. Oops.
I've tracked down Harry, who's trying to find a new angle on the pig farm.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi. How are
you
you
doing?
doing?
Good to see you.
So what are you going to be doing here?
Well, I think it's a good opportunity to get a wonderful sort of expansive landscape.
But how are you going to cope with all these huts in the way? I mean, they're all kind of obscuring the landscape.
I think perhaps we can get a bit higher, maybe if I stand on the bonnet of the car. Climb up here.
Nice wide lens.
Cool. Neil, can I get you sort of standing in that...
Looking like I'm working or looking at you?
Just leaning there, in a nonchalant fashion. Yeah. I just get the dog so she's looking at me. That's great.
Take my shadow out.
Yeah, watch your shadow there. My shadow might be in it, but that's okay. I'll call her over to you, so sitting at your feet would be good. Okay, then looking at me. Hey, yeah. Excellent. Takes a long time to process the files, so got a little 10-second wait.
You have to imagine you're working with large format.
Yeah, exactly. I sort of went for a kind of a thirds composition, so I'm dividing the frame up vertically into thirds, which is traditionally kind of an attractive way of composing a picture.
But when you're having problems, you seem to be quite long intervals between shots.
Yeah, I mean, although I'm quite happy with the pictures that we've taken, the reason there's so few is that of my insistence in shooting in RAW means that this particular camera seems to take a long time to write the images to disk.
All right.
Up to 10 seconds.
Right, because raw files have a lot of data, they're not compressed.
That's right.
And the camera's taking ages.
Yeah.
It's a well-known problem, actually, certainly with this model.
But
why are you insisting on it?
I just think, I like to think that there's always that chance you're going to get a really marvellous moment, and it would be for me tragic to have just captured it in an inferior format when you've got the possibility of sort of having all the information there at the quality of the camera working at its utmost.
Harry was prepared to sacrifice quick-fire operation for high-quality images.
You know, the fact that you can do such an incredible close-up with a fair degree of ease, and the multitude of different functions mean that it's quite a useful tool to have in your pocket. And it's a tough little bugger.